Who came today, Tori and Brandon?
The Easter Bunny!
The Easter Bunny, right? There's chocolate eggs all over the house. Did you know that? And where do you think they lead to?
The buckets!
Do you think we have to follow the trail?
Yeah.
And will that be fun? Is Daddy taking too long to put his contacts in?
Yes.
Watch my hand, watch my hand.
Help her.
Water, milk, orange juice.
You want tomato or milk or orange juice? My name's Terry.
While they're doing theirs, I run around the track.
I know, you told me.
My name is Terry Quo. I'm 47.
You ran 2 laps.
Can I trace back to the moment when I first started feeling ill? You know, I can't exactly trace back. I just remember slowly over time, different things would go wrong. I can't exactly pinpoint a moment.
She's been sick for over 9 years now, where it's just been one thing after another almost.
First of all, she was always the fun person, the fun aunt. I mean, everybody wanted to be around her. I mean, she just was the light of everything. She didn't feel good when she was pregnant with the kids, and I know that she ended up having like some blood problems. So that's really like when everything kind of started. And then in 2007 is when everything was just like crazy, like things exploded.
Hurry up.
Oh, you want the milk?
You don't do no. He ate the carrots. I said, thank you for the carrots. I need them to finish my trip. See you next year. Eat fun.
What?
I see more chocolate.
Right here. And there. And there.
My most vivid memory was when I was probably 9 or 10.
I still remember this night like it was yesterday. She came in the door and she goes, and these 5 words are always the ones that I think till I die I will always be afraid of. And she goes, I don't feel very good.
I couldn't talk right. I couldn't walk right. I couldn't do anything right.
And all of a sudden she arched her back and her head back, and her, like she was kind of shaking kind of thing.
And she dropped to the floor, and then we had to call 911.
I mean, I thought she was going to die, to be honest. I mean, I didn't know what to do.
I don't remember everything because they had me all like on all kinds of medication. And I think my family thought I wasn't going to come home. I mean, I didn't have that. Like, I truly never thought like I wasn't going to come home. I think they did. But I just know I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk, and like my body would do all these weird things.
Good morning, everyone. It's Terry with the Lost Voice, but looks like I'll probably be coming home today. I'm not gonna say for sure yet, but it looks that way. So yay for me.
You know, her whole life was changing. Sorry. Let me get it for you. Okay. Sorry. So, her whole life was changing.
You know, and always having one thing after another and not being consistent. I mean, it's a lot on her, and I think she starts to lose hope. So we take it one day at a time.
So they're not in the kitchen. Hurry up, look for your Easter baskets. Well, this is where I keep all my medical records, which is just a mess. Because I get tired of looking at them and I just throw them in a drawer. I have tenosynovitis, the ITP, lichen planus. Oh, I have the Raynaud's syndrome. I have recurrent frozen shoulder. It's been 2 years now with my shoulder being frozen, and I've had it surgically fixed twice. It just keeps refreezing. Oh, and I had the something with my brain. I know I have something with my brain. Well, many of the different doctors I've seen. And this is only about half of them because I think I've seen over 30 something. I don't remember exactly how many. But... Uh-oh. Be careful. So we're going through all this, and my husband was very temperamental the last few months. Well, for quite a few months last summer, and then he was also having trouble finding his words.
When I played softball, I used to have like pitching lessons, and he used to like be my catcher, so he'd throw the ball back to me, and he could physically not throw the ball, and when he tried to throw it, it would go straight to the ground, and he had no control over what he was doing.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Had managed Brandon's baseball team back in, I think, March last year.
He'd throw to me in the batting cages, and he couldn't throw it. I mean, it would go like 2 feet. And go.
My players are like, coach, you're getting old, you're getting old. I'm like, all right, maybe I am. Maybe I threw my arm out over the years and I just pulled something and I just can't throw the ball straight anymore. So I was being stupid, and I should have known something was wrong because most people can throw a ball straight.
The head of the softball league came up to me. She's like, there's something wrong with Kevin. He can't talk.
And in my head, I'm like, I knew, I was lucid. I knew exactly what I wanted to say and what I thought was coming out of my mouth.
So I'm like, we're going to the hospital. That's it. Of course, Mr. Stubborn Pants, even though he says I'm stubborn, Mr. Stubborn Pants is like, well, I have to go home first. Of course. So we go home, then we get to the emergency room. So they're like, oh, it's another one. So they think, like stroke, heart attack, whatever.
They took a CAT scan. And I felt fine. It's not like something physical, nothing. I didn't have headaches. But they came back that night. So I think it was around midnight or so. And they said, we need to admit you right away.
So I got the phone call from Terry. You need to come down here. Kevin has a brain tumor. And I was like, oh my God, like, you've got to be kidding me. It's a ballerina.
Wow, that's very nice, Jory.
The doctor was not in the hospital, but I guess they sent him the slides and they Skyped him in.
And I still remember this, as if it was yesterday again, that, I said tumor.
And he's like, and by the way, we think it's cancer. I'm like, what?
I mean, I couldn't talk, and I was, just things in my head were like, I'm not going to see my kids' weddings, graduate from college.
I was running home to get his clothes. I have to go home and tell the kids. I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, after all this, now it comes to this. My husband's got a flippin' tumor.
The thing on my head, like my mind was, is my dad like gonna be okay? Especially with the thought of like my mom too and how strong she was during it. My dad like having a thought.
Yeah, right. Having the thought of my dad dying, especially with my mom, it's tough on everyone in the family, and I didn't know really what to do at this point because, having my mom, she's, even today, she's still very sick, and we don't know when she's gonna go. But we're just thankful that my dad was able to, really toughen this out and, be there for us.
He was very lucky because he had a phenomenal doctor, and it wasn't terminal, and it was a mistake for the doctor to even have said that. I mean, put a total scare into everybody. And he had surgery right away.
Like, as soon as he was wheeled out of surgery, he was trying to, sit up. I remember he came out and he couldn't talk immediately, and he was trying to. But within, a couple hours, he was already trying to, rip tubes out and, get up and stand up and sit up and do, whatever he could, I
personally try to do things different and try to enjoy life a little more. It's hard. And now battling that, I felt bad because of that on top of what Terry was dealing with. My kids have gone through hell. A friend of mine actually told me, he goes, Kevin, man, he goes, your family has gone through the ringer. Most people don't go through what you guys are going through or have gone through in your whole lifetime.
With my mom, like, we just have to live every day, and she's one of the happiest people I know with everything that she goes through. And I feel like sometimes the stress with my dad it comes out, and he puts all the stress on my mom, and I see her break down in front of us. It's so hard to deal with because she's like one of the strongest people I know.
I'm just not afraid of what's beyond here. I'm just afraid of what happens to those that are left behind. My kids, Kevin, that's what I'm afraid of.
It's hard to see both our parents like this, but especially my mom. I mean, she's been my hero, and I just don't know what to do.
Can I have a kiss now? Aww, we recorded that. I always lived, your life with your glasses half full, not half empty. That's just my motto. Otherwise, I don't know how I would live my life.
She's always taught us to, live life every day. You can't dwell on the stupid things in life. It's gotta keep going on, and that's really made me a better person, I think.
This whole thing between both of them has really showed us what it is to be a family and to stick together. Just showed us how to love one another and how to be there for people, regardless of anything going on. It's unconditional.
I go through the periodic MRIs. My third one will come in April, and everything has come back negative, which is a good thing. I still thank God to this day. A lot of things, positive things, were on my side, So I'm very thankful.
I don't think they'll ever find a cure for me, but hopefully we'll at least find the right treatment. My kids find peace and happiness in life. And Kevin finds peace and happiness, and my family finds peace and happiness. That's it. I'll be happy.
The Easter Bunny sure gave us some stuff.
It was busy,
huh?